Hello, everybody, and welcome to April 2024. My name is Deanna Durrell, your intuitive relationship coach and spiritual mentor from thedancinggoddess.com. And I've missed channeling these live, so I was guided to just come on and channel and share what's coming through for the month. We actually have a very energetically packed month, but when it comes to relationships and trusting your intuition, April is poised to take both of those areas to the next level if you can get past, right, yourself. If you can get out of your own way and really trust the things that are dissolving, the things that are changing, and looking at where you need to shore up some courage, some inner strength, and take a risk from your heart and know that it's all going to roll out for your highest good, but you won't necessarily see how it's going to lay out until the end of the month. So it can feel like you're going down this dark tunnel and you have this baby flashlight and you can see like hairpin turns, but you can't see more than a few feet ahead of you. And this is kind of the vibe of the month. If you are watching this live, please say hello. I would love to see who's here. But really, this is a month where you can make amazing strides in the following areas: health, right? Really looking at where you need to strengthen your physical body and where you've been, neglecting your body, neglecting your intuition and what it's trying to tell you. It's also a breakthrough month for anything relationship-wise that needs to end. So abrupt endings, we've got eclipse vibes in the house, and I'll talk about that in a second. But really, it's like, where have you been dragging your feet on ending something or telling somebody how you feel and really taking a risk, sharing from the heart, and seeing where the chips fall when you follow, right? Follow your heart and stop guarding your heart because of past hurt, past disappointments, past mistakes, whatever you want to call it. It's like all bets are off. If you got to redo it and be the person that you've always wanted to be, this is the month to say, okay, she's here, she's in the house, and I'm not going to do it perfectly, but I'm going to live fiercely from the heart, right? So I usually pull cards for every single week of the month, but I was strongly guided to just pull one card and go deeper with it. So this is the card, and for those of you that are curious, I am pulling from Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reid's The Shaman's Dream Oracle. And the card is Jeweled Web Connectivity. I'm going to hold it up. There's a lot going on actually in this card. And so I'm going to interpret it for the whole month. So as we start off April, boom, right? We've got an eclipse, a solar eclipse on the 8th in Aries. So between now and April 8th, you may feel this pent up emotion, anger, just like kind of frustration. There may be sleep disturbances or just like high anxiety. And if that's not you, then, don't take this message in because it's not for you. But that's just what I'm hearing is if you experience any of those symptoms, signs, right? It's your body, physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional gearing up for that eclipse on the 8th. And it's all about reclaiming your identity, looking at where old identities need to be shed, where you've been living your life for what other people want for you instead of what you want, right? It's bringing up all these kind of identity, core, who am I issues. But stay with it, because once we get through that first week, right, it's about seeing the connections in everything. So even the shit that bothers you, even the stuff that disturbs you, how can you really own your part in the process and own your co-creation with the universe? What do I need to see in myself because of the way I'm responding or reacting to this situation? Or why does that person trigger me? What in them is mirroring something about me that I need to accept? That's a big one. So the key is acceptance this month. And then as we go through the second and the third week in April, right, it's about really leaning on the signs and the people that are supportive in your community. It's a number 32. In numerology, that adds up to a 5, which is all about movement. It's all about communication, and it's all about change. So if you expect this month to be smooth sailing, then you're in for a rude awakening. But think about the most fun, like, roller coaster ride you've ever been on, right? When you were a kid, maybe, or any kind of ride where you're just like, oh my God, I'm terrified, but I know I really want to do this. That's what April's energy, especially once we get to the middle of April, can feel. But if you can lean on, okay, who are the people that really are supporting me? How am I connected to everything? And if I'm guided to move my body, to physically move to, a new environment, it's like switch it up. If you're always going a certain way to work, switch it up. If you're always going to that one grocery store, switch it up. Like, change is actually going to help you. And the more you can prep your nervous system for those changes, the easier this month will be. And you'll come out of it like, oh my gosh, that was the craziest, funnest, weirdest ride ever. But look at all this cool shit that happened, right? That's kind of the vibe. And then when we get to April 23rd, we have a full moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio and Aries, very different energies, right? So Aries is kind of in your face, very direct, all about, the physical body and physical manifestations. Scorpio is all about going introspective, going beneath the surface to core issues that aren't being said, to, mastering the unseen world. And again, looking at this, I'm drawn to these little, I don't even know what they are, these little pockets, right? These little green pockets, these little, looks like, oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Cocoon, right? Before the butterfly comes out. So there's a couple different things this month, starting with that full moon on the 23rd, that are going to come to completion. So maybe some ideas that you've had that have been brewing, it's like now you finally see how to connect the dots. Now you finally have a piece of information that was critical, a critical piece of the puzzle, and you can move forward or decide to ditch it. When it comes to relationships, you might see, right, some uncomfortable truths about somebody that you've been dating or that you're with, and it brings you closer together, or the whole thing combusts. It's like, it's kind of all or nothing, but it's whatever comes up during that full moon is there to help you purify, right? And to help you cleanse, so that once we get to the end of April, you are feeling completely reconnected to who you really are. And the people and the communities in your life will feel like they're a match. And, whoever is left standing at the end of this month, it's like, wow, those really are my people. And it's about having grace with yourself too. If you like crystals, the one that I keep being drawn to is Fool's Gold Pyrite. I used to love pyrite when I was a kid. I was like, oh my God, it just looks so sparkly and shiny. But it's really about tapping into your inner power. And part of your inner power is trusting your heart, right? Trusting where you can be discerning with, like, sharing your feelings, and where you need to accept your feelings and not make yourself wrong for having them. And then on the practical level, this is, like I said before, a great month to strengthen the physical body, to, start a new exercise plan and really get those elements, right, that are going to help you to feel more alert, to feel more confident in place. Get your systems in place so that the rest of the year, right, you can kind of adjust and tweak. So that's what April holds. I am curious, what do you see when you look at this card? What has been going on for you? What's one intention that you have? Share it below. And if something you struggle with is boundaries, if you've wanted more connection, enrollment is still open for the Goddess Circle Collective. Hey, Rachel. Thank you. I love it. And I would love to have you. We've got our monthly new moon call on April 9th. It is recorded if you can't make it, but it is a lot of fun. And I put the link in the description. If you have, friends that would love to join us, please, share the link with them. This is also going to be on YouTube, and you might be also watching this from my blog. But I hope that whatever you're doing, that you remember April is a reminder that I'm awesome. It's going to be filled with adventure, but it's going to be awesome because I'm awesome and I can do this. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me impromptu today and whenever you watch this, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.